Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Shiny Sasquatch today, and we're doing something a bit different this was. I guess this is just normal. It's not even different at this point. But yeah, we're doing a zombies reveal trailer review analysis thing. That's a long title, but that's fine. But yeah, so we're having an analysis of the reveal trailer for Black Ops Cold War Zombies. So if Call of Duty or if Cold War or zombies, if none of that's really your thing, you don't really care about it, I can understand why this video isn't really for you, because this is going to go into some deep shit that the majority of people won't really understand. But if you're a hardcore zombies fan, or even if you're just a casual zombies player, you're probably going to enjoy this video. Even if you don't play zombies and you just like listening to me talk for some reason, then sure, keep watching. But if not, I can understand why, and you can go watch something else, I guess. But yeah, so today we're going to be analyzing the Zombies Reveal trailer and just some other things. We're going to be talking about a lot of the story, because I do really love the story in Zombies. A lot of people just like it for the gameplay, and I can understand that. But personally, I really do enjoy and am invested in the storyline of Zombies. So we'll be going over that. We'll be going over some pros and cons of what we know so far. And we'll also be going over some, I don't know, we're just going to come up with some ideas that could like make the game better, or, just, yeah, some ways I think that this game could be improved in the future and I'd like to see in the game when it comes out. So, yeah, first of all, I just want to point out I've only been playing zombies for maybe 3 or 4 years. I started Black Ops 3, so I understand I'm not really an OG zombies player, but I feel like I've played enough zombies. I've probably played like a couple hundred hours of zombies, and I do know the story, and I love this Ether story. It's so amazing, and yeah, I do think I have a valid opinion. I do know what I'm talking about for the most part. But anyway, so we're going to start off with the characters. So the characters that, well, the two main characters in this reveal trailer are both Weaver and Sam, or Samantha. So Weaver is from Black Ops 1 and 2 campaign. I haven't played them, so I don't really know them, but apparently it's pretty epic, so yeah. And that seems to be a common trend in zombies, or something like we've heard, that the campaign in zombies is going to be mixing a lot more. So that's going to be really interesting to see how they go about that. So yeah, we've got Weaver and might be implemented with the campaign, which is exciting. But we've also got Samantha, which confirms that this is in fact in the Ether storyline. Kind of. I've got a theory of what's going on with the storyline, but it's going to be later. So we have got Samantha, which is kind of strange because at the end of Tag to Toten, we saw Sam and Eddie walk out of the universe destroying everything. But here we only get Sam, so it'll be interesting to find out if we see Eddie in this game or not. Because Eddie is actually the child Richtofen. So I guess Richtofen would be in this game, right? If Eddie's in it. So, I don't know, that's interesting. So Richtofen might be coming back, who knows? But yes, so we're gonna start off with the story. If you're not into the story and you just want some gameplay, you can skip a couple minutes ahead where we're talking about gameplay features and all that stuff. But first of all, so the story, it looks like it's a race between, well, not a race, or it could be a race or like a fight between the Americans and the Russians, because there's been these anomalies, like zombies have been popping up places. We don't really know where they came from or how they got there, but we just know there's now zombies, and there's this big blue purple glowing balls, and Russians want to know what it is and Americans want to know what it is. So the Russians go by the name of Omega, I think. So that might be interesting. They might be like, I guess we never really had a bad guy in zombies. It was always just Dr. Monty, which is like the big evil fucking god person. But here we actually have like the Russians. As always, it's always the Russians in these games, I swear to God. But the Russians we're actually fighting against, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of what I took away from this trailer, as in terms of like just basic storyline. But since Samantha is in this game, it is confirmed that it's at least like in the same universe as Ether. So the Ether is present. which is very exciting because a lot of people are concerned that they're going to start a new storyline or we're going to continue on with Chaos, but that doesn't seem to be the case. There might be Chaos. I kind of hope not. Chaos wasn't really that interesting, kind of boring and forced. So I do hope it's just Ether, because that's all really anyone cares about, let's be honest. But yeah, so it is in the Ether universe, and again, big question, what happened to Eddie? Did he die? Is he doing his own thing? Is he maybe turned evil or something? So yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious of what Eddie's up to. But so my theory is that Tag to Toten, they like destroyed everything. They destroyed the universe, destroyed the multiverse. But my theory is that they didn't do that. They didn't destroy the multiverse. They just destroyed the universe. So I believe that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies is set in an alternate universe. So I'll just quickly explain like the multiverse theory. So the multiverse theory is that there's an infinite amount of other universes that we can't see, but each universe has a slight change. So like there might be a universe where Hitler never existed, or where like fucking, I don't know, this Earth has two suns, you know? So there's just slight changes that can have massive impacts. That's what the multiverse theory is. And I think that this is an alternate universe, and the change might be maybe Dr. Monty never existed, or the Shadow Man never existed, which would have a massive impact as they are like the beings that were the reason and created the entire storyline before this. You know? Because Dr. Monty pretty much controlled the characters in the Ether storyline, so if he never existed, none of that would have happened. Or it could be that like Premise never existed. So yeah, that's my theory, because I do, it's not just some wild theory, I do have some evidence to back it up, right? Because we see things like Juggernog has returned, it's still in this universe, and Pack-a-Punch is in this universe, Speed Cola's in this universe, but the key thing you see with a lot of these, like especially Pack-a-Punch, it looks different, it's a different design. Speed Cola is a different design. We see a Wonder Weapon in this map, and it looks a lot like the Thunder Gun, but it has a very different design. And what's even more interesting is that the perks in the original universe were made by Group 935 and Dr. Monty. And since those same perks are in this game, like we've got Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Juggernog, all those perks are in this game, which means someone had to create them. And since they're the exact same perks that Dr. Monty and Group 935 made, surely those same beings, or that same group, or at least a variation of them, have to be in this universe, right? So we might not get Dr. Monty, we might get fucking Dr. Freddy or something, you know? It's just a slight variation. We might not get Group 935, we might get fucking Group 857. You know, that's just like, it's the same thing, but a little bit different. Because that's just what I believe it is. It's an alternate universe, right? And if I can't remember who said it, might have been Craig Houston, I think it is. He might have said it. I don't know. I'll put the clip up now.
Die Maschine.
So that's the name of the new map, and I was gonna say it, but I can't pronounce it. Die Maschine. So whether that's the name of like the universe, or I'm 99% sure it's just the first map, which is like a kind of Nocturne Toten extension. We'll talk about that later. But that's the name. Yeah, epic. Okay, this is what I want to show you. It took me a while to find, but this is what I want to just show you before I talk about this next thing.
For our characters sacrificed themselves to collapse the multiverse and try and create a singular world where zombies didn't exist. And they were half right.
They were half right. They were half right. They wanted to create somewhere a universe that zombies didn't exist, and they were half right. What does that mean, they were half right? Because Surely they were either right or they're wrong. They were right and there's no zombies, or they were wrong and there are zombies, which they clearly are. But they were half right. That leads me to believe that in this universe, zombies don't actually come or live in this universe. You see those big portal things? That's where the zombies come from, and that's coming from either the older universe, where Primus and Ultimus were, and Dr. Monty. There's either they're either traveling from there, or or zombies got stuck inside the dark ether, and that's where they're coming from. So that's what he means by they were half right. There's not actually any zombies in this universe, but they are coming from an alternate universe. So our team is going to have to learn to either destroy or shut off either the old universe or the dark ether. So that's another very interesting thing I want to talk about. This is what he means by half right. So yeah. I think that's about all I want to go for story. I could talk about this all day, but I've already been recording. I've been recording for 15 minutes. I've got like 5 more points here I want to talk. Jesus Christ, what? Okay, this might be a long video. Holy sh... It's been... What? Okay, let's move on. Anyway, so... I'm very glad they bring old perk system back. I don't know if they bring back all the old perks, but it is confirmed that Jug's coming back, Quick Revive is coming back, and Speed Cola is coming back. Speed Cola does have a new skin, like a new perk machine, which I'm a bit sad about, because Speed Cola was my favourite perk. But the reason I think they kept Jug and Quick Revive the same is because they were like the 2 fan favourite perks. You know, Jug... Obviously, everyone loves Jug. Then Quick Revive, if you ever play solo, you're getting Quick Revive. So, you know, they were both just some very special perks, and they just decided to keep them the same, which I'm very grateful for. There's also a perk called... I forgot what it's called, but it's like... Oh, it's called some weird thing. It is called... fucking... Elemental Pop. So there's a perk called Elemental Pop, and I'm pretty sure that will be Electric Cherry. Now, I don't know, but come on, Electric Cherry and Elemental Pop, they sound like the same thing. So that's just what I think that is. But I'm not 100% sure, that's just a theory. So, yeah, it's very nice they're bringing back the old perks, because no one liked Black Ops 4 perk system, that was garbage. But I also did hear, I can't remember where I saw this, but I did see somewhere that there's no perk limit. Which I hope's wrong, because if you can get every perk in the map, what's the point? The whole point of everything was you had to, like, select your perks. You know? I don't know. It might be their fix, because the reason they went to Black Ops 4 perks was to make it so it was more customizable. And in this game, they might have gone, fuck it, you can have everything, you don't have to customize or choose anymore, you can just have all of it. But I hope that's not the case, because that's kind of arse, but, you know, I guess we'll have to wait, like a month to find out. But yeah, that's the perks. Oh my god, I've been recording for nearly 20 minutes, what is this? Okay, let's get a move on, move. Okay, so the good things about this game so far that we know, the pros of zombies so far, is the return of OG perks I've talked about. I'm so glad they bring them back. Like, I was 99% sure they would, but I'm so glad to know that they are, because that makes me really happy. So, yeah. Also, we've got monkey bombs. There was a scene, it was a very quick scene, but it is confirmed that monkey bombs is coming back, which is nice. You know, you gotta love the monkey bombs, right? We've also got the Pack-a-Punch machine, even if it is a bit different to what we're used to, but I've already explained that, kinda. We've also got a new Wonder Weapon, that Thunder Gun looking thing. We've also got the Ray Guns back, which is nice. And it's also confirmed that there will be free DLC. The DLC maps are gonna be 100% free, which is fucking nice. I don't know if they've ever done that before. I don't think they have, which is really nice. They might have been like with the original maps, but I'm not too sure, but they definitely did in Black Ops 3 and 4. I know that as a fact. So that's going to be nice. Free DLC, good shit. But now we're coming on to the cons. Well, not exactly the cons, just things I'm worried about. Things I'm worried about might drag this game down a bit from what it potentially could be. They say no more spawning in with a pistol. You can pick what you want and you can spawn in with it. Now that's bullshit. You should spawn in with a pistol. Because, like, zombies was always you spawn in with a pistol, no perks, you got nothing, just got your sidearm and your big brain, and you have to survive, right? And it was like a struggle. You had to farm points, you had to slowly build your way up to get more points, open more doors, buy perks, better guns, and eventually you've got an amazing setup, right? But you had to start with that pistol, and it actually involves some skill to be able to, get that advanced, right? But now you can just spawn in with an assault rifle or a fucking rocket launcher and just win. Yeah, starting with any weapon is a cool idea, and it can be done well as long as there's a select few weapons. Because, like, just being able to pick any weapon, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, in Black Ops 4 Zombies, it was done well, kind of, because there was a shotgun that you could pick, which was the MOG 12. And that was one of the, if you pack a punch that shotgun, it was probably one of the best weapons in that game, and you can have it off spawn. So, if it's done well, and if it's a select few guns, like maybe, like pistols, maybe some, like, tactical rifles, maybe some, like, low damage stuff, like the Shiva in Black Ops 3, that's alright, but just about to take anything you want is a bit overpowered, because you can just take end-game weapons on round 1, which just isn't what zombies is, Anyway, that's just one thing. Another thing that I wouldn't say is a con, but is something new for this zombies, is that your level, and I wouldn't say stats, but like your level and stuff, like it's all connected. So you're the same level in zombies and multiplayer. Nothing is split up anymore. It used to be like, because I'm prestige on Black Ops, in Black Ops 3, I'm prestige 4, and I'm prestige 3 in zombies, Like, they're two different games you get to grind, and you get different rewards and stuff. But in this, it's all connected. Which might sound cool, but, like, it's kind of hard to explain, but in Black Ops 3, you'd look at someone's profile, right, and it'll say they were like Prestige 2 in multiplayer, and if they were like Prestige 6 in zombies, you're like, shit, that man is insane at zombies, that's all he does, I can respect it. Whereas if it's one level throughout, you can't really see that. It's just one level, it doesn't really mean anything. Also, one thing that's shared is the Battle Pass, which is probably my biggest problem. Also, sorry if you can hear my puppy in the background, she's like sitting right next to me, and she's kind of whining. But yeah, the Battle Pass. So it is confirmed there's a battle pass. So yeah, I do definitely think that linking multiplayer and zombies, I don't know if it'll be linked with Warzone as well, but it probably will be. I don't know if linking them's actually that good enough idea. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really judge it because there's still like a month till we get to play the game. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, there's like two more things I want to talk about, two more bad things about this game so far, is score streaks. There's score streaks in zombies. Like, seriously. Score streaks. Like, zombies, it's meant to be hard, Like, that was the big problem with Black Ops 4, is that you spawned in, you've got whatever gun you want, you've got Wraithfire, you've got your specialist weapon, you've got armor. Like, you're meant to start off with a pistol and build up till eventually you're this fucking strong ass fucking demigod. But in Black Ops 4, for example, you start off like that. And that was the big problem with that game. And if it happens again in this game is going to take a massive hit. If that is the case, because that's just not what zombies is. Another problem that I'm seeing like watching the trailer and looking through my notes, is that they're going for more of a casual game. They're going for more of a fun experience and casual and something a bit easier. Which, I mean, I'm not against that, but as a more, I wouldn't say hardcore player, but like, I prefer a challenge, right? Like, we do Easter eggs. I love doing Easter eggs. They're fun because they're hard and they're rewarding. So yeah, I think a good thing that they should do, they did this in Black Ops 4, but I don't really play it much, is have difficulties, right? So they could have an easy difficulty where you can spawn with anything and you can use score streaks and stuff. They can have like just a normal difficulty where you just spawn with a pistol, you've got normal amount of health, might have score streaks or whatever, and there's like hardcore where it's like maybe a two-shot kill for you. There's no score streaks, there's no specialist weapons. You start with a pistol, it's just OG, it's a challenge, right? So that's the only real way I see them really fixing that and making it enjoyable for the hardcore players is by adding in different game modes. Which is probably they'll probably do that because they didn't Black Ops 4, so I don't see why they'd take a step back. But yeah, I'm not too keen on score streaks and zombies because you're meant to feel alone, isolated, and it's not really like that when you're having fucking chopper guns everywhere. Okay, one last thing I want to talk about in cons. Now, this isn't. And one last problem I want to talk about is this isn't confirmed or anything. Like, I don't even think people are talking about this, but specialist weapons. Starting off with a specialist weapon, especially because in like Black Ops 3, you had specialist weapons like the Annihilator, the Ragnaroks, and you had to go around and you'd go find parts or like do a Easter egg to get it. It was a challenge. You didn't have to do it, but if you did, you didn't have to do it, but if you did, you were rewarded and it made it easier to get to higher rounds. Whereas in Black Ops 4, you started off with like a Hammer of Valhalla or a Staff of Ra, right? And it just wasn't fun because you immediately have these god tier weapons. And I really hope they don't do that again in Cold War. Because if we look at the trailer, there's actually a couple scenes where you can see a minigun. It could just be a death machine, I'm not too sure, but there's also a grenade launcher. And a minigun and a grenade launcher could be the Scythe and the War Machine from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. And they were both specialist weapons in multiplayer. And as we see with the Annihilator, specialist weapons from multiplayer can make it into zombies. The same with the Ragnaroks, they were originally the gravity spikes. So zombie specialist weapons are usually from multiplayer. And we did see a minigun like Scythe and a grenade launcher like War Machine. So I really hope there aren't specialist weapons. Unlike score streaks and having different difficulties, I don't really see any way they can implement specialists. Because even if it is put into the easy mode, like, it's just so unnecessary and no one wants them. So I really hope there aren't specialists. There's probably not. I just saw them, so I thought I should mention it. But yeah, I've got a couple final points here. This has been a very long video so far, and if you're still watching, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that good shit, because it does help out a lot. But yeah, these are the last couple points, is Gobblegums. So in Black Ops 3, we had Liquid Diviniums and Gobblegums. And I'll be the first one to admit, I loved the Gobblegums, right? A lot of people are like, oh, it makes the game too easy. Oh, it's not an OG zombies experience. Well, thing is, it's optional. You don't have to use them. Like, if they put score streaks in the game, that's kind of something that's probably going to be like forced upon you, right? Whereas Gobblegums, you can choose not to use them, and it was a good system, Because like, if you just want to have a normal experience, you can. But if you want to like use like perkaholics and shopping frees and just run around, just be maniacs with your friends and just have a good time, you can do that with the Gobblegums. Now the Gobblegum system was so much better than, I don't even know what it was called in Black Ops 4. It was just a rip-off version, and I never used a single one of those elixirs. I never used a single mega elixir because it was just so boring. But I don't know if they are going to do it because they're going to have a battle pass, but if they do have like a microtransaction system or a Gobblegum system, I hope it's something fun and fair, like the Gobblegums were. And not saying it's just either bland and boring or something that's just pay to win or overpriced, you know? There needs to be a good balance. But yeah, I think that they can do that well, but I don't even know if they are going to have Gobblegums or anything, because they are going to have a battle pass. So you might unlock stuff like Gobblegums through the battle pass, I'm not too sure. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. So my very last, well, my second to last point, I guess, is we need original DLC and Wonder Weapons. Because I don't think Treyarch can afford to give us more remakes of maps and Wonder Weapons in this game. Because Black Ops, we haven't had a new Call of Duty map. We haven't had a new Zombies map since Go Rod Crovey in like 2016 or 2015. You know, it's been like 5 years since we got a new Zombies map. It was all the way back in Black Ops 3 Go Rod. This is for the Ether storyline at least, which is pretty insane. So they have to bring out new DLC maps. Well, they have to bring out original DLC maps and Wonder Weapons, because otherwise it's just going to flop. And that's a fact. But I'm not saying that they can't bring out remakes or remasters. Just with the main storyline, they have to be original. Right? Because like the first map is Nocturne Toten, but it's not. Nocturne Toten is just a tiny portion of this map. Because this map is massive. And Nocturne Toten is just a small part of that, which is fine. Because sure, it could be a remaster or whatever, but it's not. It's giant. It's nothing like Nocturne Toten. So that's fine. Because that's a completely new map, right? But I'm fine with them bringing out remakes as long as it's not a part of the storyline. Like in Black Ops 3, they had all the storyline, like 4 or 5 maps that were actually canon and actually progressed the story in that game, and then they released Chronicles, which were remakes of fan favorites like where Kino did Toten, Ascension, Origins, Moon. We had all those maps, and we could play them all on next gen, and it was sick. And I think they should do something like that again. There's maps like Buried, Die Rise, Transit. Granted, these maps are probably some like the rated worst maps, like Transit and Die Rise. But I think that if they actually do put some thought into it and do change them a bit, they can make them some really good maps. Like I really want them to do Transit, because the reason Transit was so bad was because of like the fog and the lava, right? I personally have never played Transit. I'm putting that out there, but this is just from what everyone says. It's so bad because fog and lava. That was added because the consoles at the time couldn't handle such a large map. But they can take that away now because the modern day consoles can. So I really want them to bring back that map. They'll be so exciting and I really want to play it. So my very last point, the one thing that is going to determine whether this game is a success or not, is if the devs listen to the community. I said this in my Cold War Alpha video, I'm saying it again. If they listen to the community, there's no way they can fail. Overall, I think this Zombies game is going to be very good. I'm very excited for the story and to actually play the game. So yes, I've made like a half an hour video out of literally like information that was given to us within like 5 minutes. But that's fine. Like, bear in mind, we've only got like one reveal trailer so far. So, yeah. But anyway, it's been a long ass video. So if you've watched all this way, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Peace out, boys.